Oh my goodness, do you get to the end of the day and go, what? What did I even do today? Or is that just me? Hello, if we haven't met before, my name is Michelle and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to have you here. So I do like to say that I do live a pretty productive life, and why that is important to me is because time is my most valuable non-renewable resource. And I've said it before and I'll say it again today. What can you do in your day-to-day to make you feel as if you're living a very productive and satisfying life? Let's chat about 7 habits to improve your productivity and hopefully your life. So habit number 1 is to track your time to improve your productivity. Yes, I know. This can be such a deal breaker for some people sometimes. But do you want to know why this is important to keep track of your time? Because tracking your time allows you the ability to look back and know where your time is actually spent, where it's actually going to. And you must be wondering, what's the advantage of tracking your time and knowing where that time is actually going? Well, let me tell you. Keeping tabs on where your precious time is going allows you to see any of your repeat patterns or pitfalls in your time. It will also shine a light on when you are the most focused or distracted. Do you want to know something even better? When you know where your time is going, you can answer that question for yourself. What did I do with my day? You'll know if the items you're spending your time on are moving you forward in your life or distracting you from feeling as if you're living a satisfied life. So habit number 2 is to create systems to improve your productivity. So the point here is that creating systems helps you to eliminate the number of decisions that you have to make. And it also will help you to stop procrastination and possibly even an overwhelming amount of sticky notes and random thoughts and tasks laying all over your desk. I can almost hear you thinking, create systems? What does that even mean, Michelle? Well, systems are just finding an easier way to do things. For example, create a system around meal planning. By far, this is one of my favorite systems that I've ever implemented or created. So recipes, whether they're new or old, are all gathered together in Notion. And when I'm on Pinterest and I'm discovering a recipe that I want to try, it goes into my Notion board under my recipes. The name begins with asterisk, asterisk, or star, star, however you want to put it in there. New, star, star, or asterisk, asterisk, allowing me then to be able to quickly find those new recipes that I want to try the next time that I'm meal planning. And once I make that dinner, I ask everybody to rate the recipe on a scale of 1 to 5. And my family does tease me on this. Mostly my husband teases me on this. If the average score for the recipe is a 3 or higher, it will be assigned to a week in my meal planning system. As I said, this is one of my favorite systems because at the end of the day, the last decision I want to make is what's for dinner. Oh, and I should mention that meal planning for me is mostly done on Sundays so that one of my children can go and pick up everything on Monday from the grocery store, so I don't have to. Before we move on, let me walk you through one more system. Everything has its place, whether it's a physical item or information. I'm not as bad as I used to be, but I love my label maker. Label the home for the physical items around your house. Let me elaborate. It's not enough to actually just label the location or the home that that item goes into. The item must be put away for the system to work properly. Besides physical items, have a system for information is also important. I'm a big paper and pen person. Undoubtedly, information will gather up in my bullet journal. And not everything that I write down in my bullet journal is something that I actually need to keep. Some of it is just random thoughts or notes or lists that are no longer valid or need to be kept. However, the information or the items that I wrote about, brainstorming, everything, that will all go into Notion. And when I've actually put that moved it from my bullet journal into Notion, I'll just mark it with an X on the number on the page. And if it's just a random note or a list, I will just put a slash through the number so I know, oh, hey, it's just a slash, so this isn't really necessary or needed. And if it has an X, I know it's already stored in Notion. And if it doesn't have anything at all, well, obviously I need to organize that in Notion or decide if it even needs to go in there. Habit 3 is create lists for a productive life. Accordingly, the next area to improve your productivity is with lists. Oh, I love lists. Not only writing the list, but actually knowing where I put the list is beneficial, right? Like, I can't be the only one that has put a list somewhere and misplaced it. I don't do that anymore because I know where I actually keep my list. In truth, it's not very productive if you spend too much time looking for your lost list. Am I right? Lists include not only your to-do list, but it can also include your not to-do list. Let me guess, you already know what I'm talking about when I say the not to-do list of things to delegate, or perhaps a list of reasons why you're not eating sugary treats. Just saying. Yes, this is a true not to-do list that I have. So what type of not to-do list will you come up with? I would love to hear all about it in the comments below. Okay, and while this list will actually require your family to get on board, it will improve your productivity. And without a doubt, using Google Keep, because my husband doesn't have an iPhone, for a family shopping list. Okay, so stick with me here. You're out and about running errands and you pop into the grocery store to get a few items that you know you need to pick up for dinner. Your running grocery list, though, is hanging on the side of your fridge and no one is home to take a picture or tell you what is on that list. So there you are, standing in the aisle, racking your brain, trying to remember, did we still need ketchup? Come on, I can't be the only one, am I? That's why having a shopping list in Google Keep or something similar helps to improve your productivity and cut down on buying those things that you may not actually need in your house. It does take a bit of training for your family, yep, and it's worth all the time and effort. I guarantee it. Heck, you can even have somebody else do the shopping. Habit 4, map out your work to improve your productivity. Your time is valuable. We've already covered that. Therefore, not having a map of the work that needs to be done will cause you to be unproductive, procrastinate, and possibly miss deadlines. When you map out your work in advance, you'll know when you need to do something and when you need to ask others for items that they are responsible for, or if you need a little bit of help. To put it another way, create a project plan for your big and little projects. David Allen's book, Getting Things Done, states that anything with more than one task is actually considered to be a project. I don't know, you decide, project, not project. But if you struggle with chunking up your work, start with the big items and then just break them down from there into the small, tinier items. Habit number 5, improve your productivity with daily goals. What are your top 3 goals that you would like to accomplish every single day? Or you can create something called a good, better, best goal if you'd like to look at it from that standpoint. Let me explain it. It would be a good day if you did blank. What's that one goal? If you achieve that one goal, you would be so happy. And this one should be totally achievable. Next, what would be a better goal? It would be a better day if you did blank and blank. So what 2 goals would you actually like to get accomplished? And if you got those 2 done, you would be super excited. Finally, what would be the best goal? It would be the best day if I did blank, blank, and blank. What are the 3 goals that if you achieve them, it would make it the best day? So here's a little example. Let's say you're working on drinking more water, because water is so good for your brain and your productivity. A good goal would be that you drink 1 quart of water. I like to drink my first quart of water in my first hour of being awake. A better goal may be that you have 3 quarts of water drank by 3 p.m. The best goal would be you have 4 quarts of water drank by 6 p.m. Habit 6 is to batch like items to improve your productivity. In reality, I'm sure this is not a new one because it's all over the place. But when you batch like items, it does improve your productivity because you're not bouncing from one thing to another thing. You're keeping your brain focused on one task, on one thing. When batching, I encourage you to use focus music with headphones to keep you from getting distracted by all the noises that may be going on around you. So what tasks could you batch to improve your productivity? So here are a few examples. These include setting a timer for social media engagement, batching and scheduling your social media, and creating your pillar content. Like this video right here, I recorded 4 of them today. Habit 7, schedule a hard stop for a productive life. Set boundaries around your time to improve your productivity. Schedule hard stops that regardless of what you're doing, you must stop at that time. This is one that I personally struggle with. I'm not gonna lie. If I'm on a roll, it can be difficult for me to actually stop in the middle of it. If this is the case, I will look at what I can adjust to keep going. Or if it's the end of the day, is what I'm working on more important than my daily exercise? And that answer tends to always be no. Because I know myself, I tend to have a little wiggle room at the end of the day. So for example, I schedule 1 hour to get ready. I know that if I absolutely needed to, I could take a shower and get ready in 20 minutes. At that moment then, I get to choose what's more important. While I could go on with a few more ideas to improve your productivity, I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. And if you liked this video, be sure to watch my time wasters video and be mindful of your time. I'll go ahead and link that down below. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you back here next week.